This chapter, bro, chapter 58, can be described with one word, and that is perfection. This is the most well-executed chapter that this series has ever had. I was hooked from beginning to end. Now, I'm not saying that other chapters haven't kept me hooked from beginning to end, but what I am saying is that this chapter hit differently, bro. And also, I couldn't find a mistake. I couldn't find a thing that I did not like about this chapter. Like, when I say perfection, I mean perfection. It was looking like Cell up in this mug. Now, let's just get right into this chapter, and let's start at the beginning with Valkyrie meeting Madame Kurenai, bro. Because the way that Madame Kurenai plays Valkyrie here is honestly just impressive. Because Valkyrie shows up and she's talking about, oh, I found you, hey, I know Hamura, I'm gonna take you back to her, she needs her mother. But Madame Kurenai's like, I can't leave here because I'm a sub-criminal, I got this collar on, and as long as I'm wearing it, I can't go anywhere. And then Valkyrie's like, no, I got this dude here, and he can steal that collar off your neck, and you'll be all good. And then the wheels in Madame Kurenai's head start turning, and they don't say this in the chapter, but I'm imagining that this is what she's thinking. She's thinking, if this collar gets taken off of me, I'm going to have to go back to Hamura with this Valkyrie woman, and I don't want to do that. So she says, listen, I've amassed an enormous amount of debt, so if you take this collar off and I don't pay back that debt, the people that I owe the money to will most certainly come after me and my daughter. And this is where Valkyrie slips up, bro. She tells the stealing dude to have him take the collar off of Madame Kurenai and put it onto her. And what makes Valkyrie's decision suck so much more is because this is all due to the fact that so many humans in Valkyrie's life told her that she couldn't be a mother or a motherly figure to Hamura. That in order for Hamura to stay on the straight and narrow, she needed her real mother. And that drove Valkyrie to go out and not only find Madame Kurenai, but also take Madame Kurenai's burden because she thought that this person would be willing to go back to Hamura. And bro, when Valkyrie found out that not only did Madame Kurenai not go back to Hamura, but also that she had killed the leader of this planet and taken over his position, bro, she felt so betrayed and so stupid. But unfortunately for Valkyrie, there was no time to ponder over the terrible decision that she had made, because in that exact moment in time when she had found out this information, Madame Kurenai decided to unleash every single monster that was in the mine upon the labor district. And bro, these monsters are causing a massive stampede. And this stampede is so massive that it is going to barrel into the residential area. And there are women and children in this residential district or area or whatever you want to call it. So the sub-criminals immediately step into action and they're like, we gotta form a line here and defend it at all costs. But Valkyrie's like, no, go to the residential district and protect there in case any get past me. I am the reason that this stampede is happening in the first place because I let that woman free. So I'll deal with this myself. And one of the sub-criminals is like, but that's crazy, there's too many of them. And Valkyrie just replies with, go. And then she goes full power, bro. She says, Valkyrie armament system online, Odin strike! And all of these ether swords appear around her, bro. And before they fly off to go destroy these monsters, she says, my power was once called the Sword of Edens. Now you'll see why, bro! And then it begins, bro. Valkyrie goes into the fight of her life. She unleashes the Odin strike, and it does devastating damage. But there's just way too many monsters. I mean, these are all the monsters that are in the mine of the labor district. And these monsters start laying on the damage. Her armor is getting all cracked. One of her arms gets ripped off, but she is still fighting, still giving it her all. And in the end, Valkyrie succeeded. She won the fight. She slayed all of the monsters that had come up into the labor district. She held the line, but she's tired. She's beaten up badly. She's bleeding all over the place. But in that moment, she thinks about Hamura. And she thinks about one particular thing that Hamura said. She said, "I love my mentor." And this is where I almost shed a tear because this scene was too beautiful. And the transition was on point. Valkyrie says, "Come to think of it, I never did say it, did I? I never told you I love you too." And then it flashes to the present, and we see the corpse of Valkyrie. She's kneeling on the ground with her sword embedded into the dirt, and Hamura is there just crying and in disbelief, and so is everybody else that was with her. Then the spinning dude gives the final line of the chapter. He says, she was protecting us. That's how she died." Bro, if that didn't hit you right there in the heart, you may have a problem, bro. This is top tier Hiro Mashima writing right here. And with the end of this chapter comes the end of this video as well. So thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And before I go, I want to ask a question. Do you think that Valkyrie will be resurrected in some way? Or do you think this is the end of Valkyrie's character, the end of her story? She's just dead. To be honest, I kinda like option 2. I like this being the end of her story, the conclusion of her character, because it's a really sad way to end her character. And I really like that for Valkyrie. I think it suits her perfectly. But anyways, that's gonna do it for me, so peace out, everybody.